Hey, welcome in. Welcome back to Friday Night Arcade. I think we're live. I think we're rolling. I think everything is going. My name is Aaron, and today I am going to be playing Space Quest 3, The Pirates of Pestjalon. I started about every October. I revisit this series, this game on the channel in some form or another. This was the first video that I ever did on the channel was about Space Quest 3. So October is the anniversary of the channel. So every October seems like a good time to revisit it. It's one of my favorite games anyway. So I started this as kind of more of a casual let's play last week. And today I'm just going to go ahead and finish the whole thing off. I'm about probably 2/3 of the way through the game. And I'm trying this live stream thing out again for the first time in a while. I had some problems with the live stream. My wife and I recently moved, and we had a whole bunch of issues with the internet at our new house, and we had to have Comcast come out a bunch of different times and relay a bunch of lines that came up to the house and blah 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 blah. So long story short, I'm trying this out again. We're gonna see how this works. So I'm looking for your feedback. Let me know how this looks, how this sounds. I'm trying a bunch of different things out. I'm using a program and a couple of different workarounds to apply some EQ and noise reduction to the microphone on the fly while it's actually going during the live stream. Normally when I record voiceover, that's something I have to do after the fact. So I'm going to try that out on the fly, and we'll see how that works and see if it sounds good. That's kind of I'm kind of a stickler for production values. The content may suck, but damn it, I want the production values to be good. So here we go. Without further ado, Space Quest 3: The Pirates of Pestilon. I just left the Monolith Burger, which is about 2/3 of the way through the game. So let's use the computer and see where we're at here. I gotta fire up the navigation system. I loved this about Space Quest 3. I loved the fact that you kind of had your own spaceship, and I love that you had your own spaceship, and it kind of felt like you could go wherever you wanted to go. Now there were certain limiting factors that kept you from going. You know, you kind of still have to go through the game in a certain order, but it's kind of cool just being able to, you know, fire up the navigation computer and see where you want to go. So right now we're at the Monolith Burger, which is basically McDonald's, and then if we resume the scan, Ortega comes up next, and for those of you that maybe are seeing this game for the first time, you know, I'll kind of recap things as we go. We went to the first place that we went to was after we got our ship. We went to this purple planet, Planet Fleabutt. Yes, that's the real name of it. We went to that planet. We fought Arnoid the android. We went to the World of Wonders and we met Fester. And we picked up a couple of useful items from him as well. And then next we went to the Monolith Burger, and we ate some food and we threw up in the airlock, so that was a lot of fun. And we played the Astro Chicken video game, which after we played the Astro Chicken game and died a lot, we got the message. There was a hidden message that was encrypted within the Astro Chicken game from the two guys from Andromeda, which is the guys we're supposed to be saving. And it was a message telling us that they're on a planet, they're actually on a small moon that's orbiting the planet Ortega. Now that's important because when we go up to the navigation computer, the only thing that we can see is Ortega. We can't get to the moon. So that tells us that we need to go to Ortega and investigate and see what's going on there. Now, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set a course for Ortega. And it's stand by, calculating course. Course locked. And I've talked about this before, but one funny thing about this is you'll see at the top we've got different options for what flight mode we want to take. You can actually pick cruise speed, and I've never set here long enough, but it'll actually travel really, really slow. I have no idea how long it takes to actually get there. If anybody's ever actually done that, I would be curious to know how long it takes. We're going to take light speed because it's going to do this. And now everything's gone to plaid. We get the classic sci-fi light speed animation. And it shouldn't take too long. We should get a message on the computer telling us we're getting close. Yeah, if you do that on cruise speed, I have no idea how long it'll take. A flashing message on your monitor attracts your attention. So now we're orbiting planet Ortega, and we can either chart another course or we can press 3 and land. So that's cool. Isn't that badass looking? For 1989, that was in 1989. That made my fucking head explode. With a mighty whump, you set the aluminum mallard down on the surface of Ortega. Yeah, so if you've never played this game before, it's full of all sorts of weird sci-fi references. Aluminum mallard is obviously the Millennium Falcon. It's full of all sorts of sci-fi references and just other kind of fun things. One fun thing to do in this game, if you've as you're playing through, is just to kind of look through and see what all the programmers put in there. You die a lot in these games, especially these old Sierra games. It's a lot of trial and error. I'm actually going to save the game right now. I want to show you what happens. Now, we just landed on a planet that's very hot. Obviously, it's a red planet, and we can kind of even see volcanoes outside the window. And so what I'm going to do is I'll stand up. And again, this is all text input, so it's graphics on the screen, and I can kind of control Roger with the arrow keys and control movement, but I'll put in commands with text. So when I start typing, I'll type in stand, and now he's standing up in the ship. Now, again, the planet's very hot, so what's going to happen when we go outside? Let's go ahead and open the hatch. And we walk outside. It says, my, this is one hot planet. Hopefully you'll last more than a few minutes. And again, we see all these volcanoes and stuff in the background. And this is so cool. These great pixelated, man, that is just awesome. I love the graphics on these old games. So now I'm controlling Roger with the arrow keys and we can walk around, but I have a feeling we're not going to last very long. In fact, here it goes. Too late you realize that walking around unprotected on this planet is hazardous to your health. You feel your blood begin to boil. Now watch this. This is going to be gross. You sizzle into oblivion. This planet wouldn't be so bad if you could keep cool somehow. Check this out. Oh, he's a little puddle of stew in his boots. Sunbathing not recommended. It's so hot you could fry a Vorlian plague. Yeah, you could do that. So we're gonna restore. Save early, save often. So now we're gonna stand up, and this time we're gonna go into our inventory, and I want to show you. We picked this up on the purple planet, Planet Fleabutt. We have Thermoweave underwear. Thermoweave shorts. They keep you cool and they're oh so stylish. So, we have to wear the Thermoweave underwear. And again, you know, if you're playing through this game for the first time, you know, in 1989, you've got to figure all this shit out as you go. So, you know, now if you know what you're doing, you can just kind of breeze through the game in under an hour. But, you know, if you've never played it before, you've got to go around and figure out all this stuff as you go. And it's one of the beautiful things about puzzle games from the 80s and early 90s that it's kind of lost today. After figuring out which side is the front, you put on the Thermoweave underwear. They power up automatically, keeping you comfy at all temperatures. Okay, now we can open the hatch again, and we can walk outside, and we should be good. Now, you can fall in those ledges, so I'm actually going to turn the game speed down just a bit. We'll go to 6, and we'll walk around and we'll see what we see. I don't think there's anything over here to the right, except for a couple cliffs. And that cool looking volcano over there in the corner. But you can't... Oh, look at that. You see that? It's spurting some lava back there. Yeah, so I don't think you can get over that edge. Now, if we just type in look, the planet Ortega is truly a lava lover's paradise. Volcanic activity constantly reshapes its surface, so if you have any maps older than last week, throw them out. So yeah, I don't think we can get over that little ledge, though. You know what? I'll try it just for poops. Oh, nope. Can't do that. I thought maybe we'd be able to get over that little cavern there. I don't think you can. That's one of the things. I'm always, no matter how many times I've played this game, I always kind of look around just to see if there's anything else that they maybe threw in there. And we'll see if we go up here. Yeah, see, that's a cool view. I love that color of red that they threw in there. Sometimes it's just fun to kind of look around and see what you find. So now we can go over this. Now this is tricky. I'm actually going to go ahead and save it right here because I'm usually, you know, no matter how many times I've played this, I'm usually good for falling off this ledge at least once or twice. So it's very tricky. No matter how good you think you are at it, it's very tricky. So no! Ah! I love that animation on his face. It appears that parts of this planet's surface are not entirely stable. Oh shit. Better be careful or you'll end up in that lava fondue below. Okay. So now, actually, I'm not going to go there just yet, because there's bad guys over there. So now I'm going to save it again. And I think there's something interesting if we go this way. Let me look. Oh, yep. See, now we can see the spaceship, the bad guy's spaceship. We can see that off in the distance. We can't really do anything with it. I don't think. I don't think it's a speedy little short-range skull fighter, fully armed with the latest and offensive weaponry. You probably wouldn't want to tangle with one of these babies. Okay. So yeah, and we can't really get to it, but if we go down here, we can watch these guys, and actually, just for fun, I'll show you what happens if we try to talk to them. Now, imagine you're playing this. We know that these are the bad guys, but if you didn't know that, maybe if you were playing it for the first time, you'd think, oh, there's some people over here. I could go talk to them. Let's see what they've got to say. Maybe they'll help me out. Oh, nope. So the message that we found in the Astro Chicken game flat out told us that they have the guards are armed with Jello pistols, and by God, they meant it. Way to go, Ace! You blundered your way to within range of the pirate's Jello gun. You suffocate in an impenetrable block of Jello. As your life sputters to a close, you decide to cut down on desserts. Just like Mom used to make. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so now what we're supposed to do is just sit here and wait. And I will actually turn the speed back up, so this might go a little faster. But if we just sit here and wait, the pirates will do their little survey, and they'll take their notes, and then eventually they'll go get in their ship and they'll fly away. So, spoiler alert, we just have to sit here and wait. Oh, and there they go. You hear the roar of the pirate's scout ship taking off. The ship streaks across the sky to an unknown destination. Oh, and there it goes! So we know that was a short-range fighter, and we know that it just took off, so it had to be flying somewhere. And we have the message from the two guys from Andromeda telling us that they're being imprisoned on a small moon of Ortega, but we couldn't see the moon on our navigational computer, but we know it's there. We know that that's a short-range fighter. See, if we're putting all the details of the puzzle together, that should tell us that there's something nearby that's being hidden for whatever reason. So let's go down here and investigate this little area and see what we have. Let's look. And let's see if we can look. Maybe we can look at equipment. There's a telescope, an anemometer on a pole, some seismic equipment, and a crate of some sort. Okay. So we're actually standing next to the telescope. So let's look at the telescope. It looks like it's probably used for surveying and stuff like that. Okay. Let's see if we can look through the telescope and see what happens. Aha! Okay, there's something going on here. So, it even says, aha. You've discovered the force beam generator, and that moon must be Pestilon. Name of the game's Pirates of Pestilon. That's what we're trying to do. So, we've got to figure out how to disable that force field generator, because that force field generator is what's keeping us from being able to land on the moon. We can't pick it up on our navigation computer. So, if we go to the left, I don't think there's anything over here. Nope, there is not. But if we go over and look at this crate, let's see what's in the crate. It's full of thermal detonators. Bet we're gonna need one of those. You pick up one of the detonators. Be careful, you could blow your fingers off with that thing. So now, it's kind of fun just to go through your inventory and look at the little icons that they made for everything. So we've got a thermal detonator used for blowing stuff to little bits. It has an impact switch, so in other words, don't drop it. Okay. So, we've got our invisibility belt, we've got some buckazoids, we've got our monolith decoder ring. Okay, we're in pretty good shape. So, if we go over to the right, we keep going, we go up, and I always thought this big purple thing off in the distance kind of looked like the Technodrome from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I always thought it was really cool looking. You reach the rim of the decayed cinder cone and are overwhelmed by the sight. An impressive machine of staggering size sits in the middle of the volcanic crater. Okay. Oh, that sounds cool too. So, real quick, the sounds on this game are amazing. Now, depending on how you played this game and what computer that you played on, you may get varying results on how your sound is gonna, you know, whether you were using a Roland sound machine, or you were using the internal PC speaker or something like that. You may get either just kind of a series of beeps, which were kind of cool in their own right, don't get me wrong. I played this on a Tandy 1000, and it just had that shitty little internal speaker that went with it. But if you want to play this with the true Roland sound, the sound that how it was supposed to sound, with this kind of epic, almost sounds like an orchestra or a symphony. If you're trying to do this on a modern computer, it's a little bit more complicated. Obviously, the best way to do it would be to do it on original hardware with a Roland machine, but those are really expensive and hard to find now. So, what you can do, if you buy this game on Steam, it's going to come with something called DOSBox. That's basically an emulator that you can use. It emulates the MS-DOS environment, and you can use it to play DOS games. It works great. It's an awesome program, but it doesn't always, trying to get Roland sound to emulate through it is tricky. The sound, it kind of just more does the PC speaker, which doesn't sound very good. So what you can do, there's obviously you want to pay for the program legally, use Steam or whatever to buy the program, but instead of using DOSBox, there's a program called ScummVM. It's SCUMMVM. Just Google it, you can find it. So instead of opening the program through DOSBox, you'd open the program through ScummVM, and it doesn't work for every DOS game. It mostly just works for like Sierra games and LucasArts games and stuff like that. But you can get the true Roland sound the way it's supposed to sound. If you check out some of my other videos with Space Quest 3, especially with at the beginning, you'll get you'll notice that true, for a game in 1989, this sound is incredible, and it just really adds to the epic and the mystique of playing some of these old games. So yeah, I always thought there should have been more to this. This whole building here is kind of small. I always thought there should have been more stuff to explore, or maybe more enemies to walk around and try to avoid. Maybe you'd have to stealth your way in. There's really nothing here. If we look, you stand at the massive base of a force beam generator. This unit can generate a force field powerful enough to encircle a small moon. So, but that's really all there is. It's just these couple of rooms, and then we go up to the top. You'd think there'd be maybe more to it. It's very cool looking, but it just seems like there maybe should have been more here. This is one thing that's kind of cool. If you have the speed turned all the way up, watch how fast Roger goes up this ladder. And so now we're at the top. And again, listen, if you could turn your sound up a little bit, you can hear that kind of deep bassy, sounds like we're at the top of a generator. You wouldn't get that sound if you didn't have the right sound emulation or the right sound card. It just would be kind of a cheeky beep sound. Now I'm going to save the game here, because I'm usually good for falling off the edge at least once or twice. In fact, you know what? We may even just do it just to see. So like your first instinct, oh no, shit! Did you hear that little sound? That wasn't me. Deceleration trauma. It wouldn't be so bad except for the sudden stop at the end. Next time, don't get so close to the edge. And look at how much blood there is. This was before the rating system, so they could kind of do whatever they wanted. Nobody seemed to care. So yeah, I think it... Ah! Made that sound again. Okay. This time we're gonna be serious. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn the speed back down. I'm gonna turn it to... We'll live on the edge. I'll put it on 10. Usually I put it on 16, but I'm gonna try. So, let's see. Not quite close enough to the edge. Ah! I did it again! Aw. Okay. Oh no! I forgot to turn the speed down. Okay, this time we're gonna be serious. This time we're gonna be serious. Okay. You know what? I think I was really close. On that, I think if I'd have just stopped right there, I would have been close enough, but okay. So I'm gonna get real close to the edge here. Let's drop the detonator. Remember that thermal detonator that we just picked up? I'm gonna drop it. Okay. Boom! The explosion disables the force field generator. You may now travel safely to Pestilot. Okay. And we've got to actually kind of get out of here in a hurry. I'm not sure what the time is. But, see, it's going to start doing this now, as if the planet's not entirely stable. It says, uh-oh, that detonator has apparently set off a chain reaction of earthquakes. You'd better get off this rock ASAP. So, I've never actually stayed on the planet long enough. I'm not sure what the time, how much time it gives you to get off. I've never actually stuck around long enough to see if something happens or if it's just part of the you know, part of the show, so to speak. I'm not sure if there's a timer somewhere in the background that's actually going off. Now, I'm gonna save the game real quick. And so if we go back here, we act like we're just going back up top. Oh no! My, things have certainly changed since the last time you were here. That unstable rock has fallen into the simmering lava below. So, that shaky rock that we walked on, it's fallen to the bottom. So now we've got to figure out how we're gonna get across that. And I still remember, when we were trying to figure this out, you know, as 9-year-old kids trying to find our way through this game, we, you know, we're walking around, we're looking for everything. We tried jumping across stuff, and finally I was just like, you know, what if we took this pole? Maybe we could pole vault across it. And it was one of those, we thought it was so stupid, we're like, there's no way that's gonna work. And you take the pole, it's all yours. So we take it, and we go back up. Now if we, oh, there it goes again. And we just type in use pole. Your brow furrows in grim determination as you prepare for a tremendous leap. Whew! The Romanian judge gives you a 9.5, a truly outstanding jump by one of the finest young athletes we've seen this season. You'd like to try that again, but your pole seems to have fallen into the tumultuous lava below. So yeah, we never in a million years thought that would actually, we were genuinely shocked when that worked. So let's get the hell off this planet. So we close the hatch, we sit back down, use the computer, and let's get the hell out of here. Fire up those engines, Scotty, and let's go. Thrust generation is underway. That's dirty. Okay, let's go ahead and take off. And again, if you turn your speakers up, you can kind of hear. There's kind of a cool space travel sound. It kind of sounds. You can kind of hear the whir of the engines going. That's something that you could only hear with the Roland sounds. It doesn't really get picked up as well, depending on what kind of sound card you're using. So now we got to use the computer again, and this time we got to go into the navigation system. And so we're here, and we got to go through all the way around. I'm not controlling how that cursor goes. It just kind of automatically, you push one and it goes to the next one. It's kind of like auto scan on your radio. Monolith Burger. And okay, Pestilon. Habitants unknown, surface uncharted. It figures. Okay. So, We're gonna set course. Stand by, calculating course. And this shouldn't take us very long at all because the planets, we're right next to the planet, so. Yep, see, and we're already there. So, orbiting Pestilon. And now we can land. And yeah, see, it's right there, because there's Ortega. That's so cool looking. 1989, folks. With a mighty whump, you set the aluminum mallard down on the surface of Pestilon. And I'm gonna go ahead and save it again. You save a lot in this game. It's a good habit to get into. Open the hatch. We go out. And I always thought this planet was cool looking. It kind of looks like the whole planet kind of looks like Jello. See what we get. What a peaceful planet for a software company, you think to yourself. What a shame it had to be Scumsoft. You are surrounded by what can only be described as tree-like growths towering high above you. The turf has a mossy texture. Now let's see what it says if we look at the ground. The mossy surface squishes with each step you take. Yeah, it looks like Jello. Now, one thing that's kind of interesting. Like every direction you go on the planet's surface just takes you, you eventually end up here. No matter which way you go, left, right, up, down, you end up at this spot. You make your way through the forest of strange trees to this clearing where you discover the entrance to some large underground complex. This must be Scumsoft. Suddenly, the door to the complex begins to open. Yeah, I just thought there would have been more to the planet. It was just kind of weird. No matter which way you go, you end up here. And maybe they thought since there's so much to do once you actually get inside the base, they didn't really need to do much with the planet, but it's okay. So now they're coming out. Several guards file out of the entrance and disperse into the woods. They must have been alerted to your presence when you landed. 2 guards remain behind to watch the entrance. Okay, so we've only got a couple of options here. Now, if I'm gonna go ahead and save the game again because that's what you do. Decision time. Do you wish to? Okay, so it doesn't even let you save here. You either have to leave. You either have to go to Scumsoft or go back to your ship. Now, if we just try to go to Scumsoft, where to, buddy? Now, if we just try to go to Scumsoft right now, we're not gonna get very far. Once again, they shot us. Congratulations on your recent death. Thanks for playing Space Quest 3. As usual, you've been a real hoot. Okay. So now, if we stay here, what do you think we're gonna have to use? We're gonna have to use the invisibility belt. Terminator's invisibility belt. So, we type in use belt. First, you need to wear it. Ah, okay. Nothing comes easy in this game. Okay, so we wear the belt. Disappeared. Wow, this thing really works. You then quickly realize that you only have a few moments before the belt's power back. Before the belt's batteries are depleted. So, if we leave and we go to Scumsoft, now they can't see us. But what would happen? I wonder what would happen if we tried to punch the guard. I wouldn't mess with these guys. Aw. What, can we take his gun? Okay. Yeah. So there's nothing we can do there. And now the battery's already running low. So yeah, I guess they didn't want to make it too easy and have otherwise you could use the belt to get through the whole rest of the game, but we could use it at least to get past the guards. It looks like you've made it just in time as your invisibility belt is now completely out of power. So you can push this button and go inside. Okay, so we're now inside Scumsoft. I always thought this was kind of cool with the 3D kind of 3D perspective in here. It's just kind of a different way to do it. Once again, I'm going to save. So that's what we do. And I'll go ahead and show you what happens if we just try to go... Oops. I think I have to turn the speed down just a bit. Okay, so now if we go in here and we walk around... Hey, this looks pretty cool. Okay. Security, we have an intruder in a car. Ah, hell. And now you can't do anything, you can't move, and then this guy, this flying ninja star, comes out and shoots you with a jello ray. Because what else would happen, right? Aww. I don't know what these people's fascination with jello is. So yeah. Just like Mom used to make. Okay, so we can't go in there. At least not yet. We don't have our invisibility belt. So, we're gonna have to walk around for a little bit and see what we can find. Can we go in here? Ah! We open this. This door is locked. We use the keypad. Oh, doesn't know what that is. Open door. The door is locked. Examine door. What happens if we do that? The door has a keycard security system as well as a composite facial scanner. Well, that's going to be a pain in the ass. It will be pretty tricky gaining access, but we can do it. So we can't go in that door. We can't go in the other door on the right. But what about this door? Go in here. What happens? Oh, nope. That's not where we want to go. Okay. Push the button. Go back inside. We don't want to go. We don't want to stay out here because we're liable to get spotted by the guards. So apparently the guards only patrol the outside and the office areas. Apparently nobody controls these. Nobody patrols these hallways. So let's keep walking. And eventually, there should be another door that comes around on the left. The whole thing's kind of just a big circle. Okay. So let's go in here and see what we find. Okay, so looks like we're inside some type of closet. You find yourself in, yes, a janitor's closet. You certainly have a sixth sense about this kind of thing. So let's examine the closet. You can hear him rummaging around in there. That's kind of cool. Rummaging through the cramped closet, you find a pair of old grimy janitorial overalls. Okay. So, let's take the overalls. What a great idea, Roger. No one would be suspicious of a janitor walking around. You grab the coveralls and pull them on, seizing the opportune moment to dump all of your old items, we won't need them, that you've been pocketing along the way. What a great disguise! Wait, what's this? You reach down into the pocket of the grimy overalls and find, well, what do you know? It's Mr. Garbage, a trash vaporizer. You've seen these babies in all the janitorial supply catalogs, but your superiors were always too cheap to outfit you with one. Okay, so now we've got a disguise. So let's go through. We got coveralls and the vaporizer. Kind of looks like a lightsaber. Janitor's best friend, designed to vaporize all non-organic biodegradable matter, i.e. trash. Okay, so now we're in a little bit better shape. I'll bet we can go back into that room with all the Dilberts working at their desks. So if we walk along, nope, not that one. It's even got the Scumsoft logo on the back. So keep walking. Keep walking, walking along. There. It's a little tricky. Okay, so now we go in here. And he comes over and looks at us, and he's just like, okay. But we see all those little trash cans all over the office area. What we have to do is we have to actually walk around and vaporize the trash. If you don't, they're gonna figure it out that if you miss too many of them, they're gonna figure out that you're not the janitor, and then you're gonna get shot with the Jello gun. So, there's the trash. So yeah, and if you've never played Space Quest before, if you're not familiar, the Roger Wilco character is actually a janitor. So it's a little cheeky that at the end of the day you still end up having to go around and, while you're trying to save the world, you still have to go around and vaporize the goddamn trash. So there's kind of an order to this. If we go over here to the left, and if you notice, there's a picture down there. We're gonna have to go over there. We vaporize the trash. And you can't talk to these guys. I think if you try to talk to them, they just ignore you. I can try it and see what happens. I don't think that they will even acknowledge you. So talk to worker. Everyone here looks related. It's like a secret society of nerds. What happens if we try to punch them? Pardon me. This program is too stupid to glean your desire from such a wonderfully crafted sentence. Please try something else. So that means it doesn't know what we're saying. Punch guy. Hardly an appropriate action for a janitor. It won't even let you do it. Okay. Well, that's no fun. Wanted to see what would happen. Alright. So, I'll bet we're going to need this picture for gaining access to that door with the keycard pad on the side. So we take the picture. You snatched the picture of Elmo. I can't pronounce that word. But we don't want to just take the picture. We're going to go over here to the copy machine and we're going to copy the picture. First, making sure that no one is watching, you slip Elmo's picture into the copier and press the start button. Out pops a beautifully reproduced copy with which you roll up and stash in your pocket, and don't forget the original. Okay. So now, we're going to put the original picture back. Wisely, you replace the original picture of Elmo. And then we're going to head back this way. Yeah, all these guys look like Dilbert. I don't think... Yeah, I always wanted to look around and hear more, but I don't think you can do much of anything. Like, can you open the cabinet? The cabinet is locked. Regardless, you wouldn't find anything useful. It's like the game is trying to tell you, no, just keep going. So, okay, that's a dead end. Okay. That's weird. I've never, I hadn't actually gotten this far with the Roland emulation turned on. You can hear, if you turn your sound up, you can hear like typewriters going and phones ringing and stuff. That's kind of neat. So that's a dead end in the middle. So we've actually got to go back to the left. We keep going. Don't forget the trash. Oh, I don't want to open the cabinet. If you just hit the space bar, it'll come back up with whatever previous command that you put in, so that can save you a little bit of time. Yeah, you can hear that phone ringing. I thought for a minute my phone in the house was ringing. What the hell is that? I'd never played this with the Roland. I'd never gotten this far with the Roland sound turned all the way on before. This is my first time playing it all the way through with the Scum player. Now this part's tricky. You gotta be real careful here. Go over and vaporize the trash. Because if it's possible to miss, and if you miss too many times, they get suspicious. I think it gives you 2 or 3 chances. And this part's here is a little tricky. Vaporize the trash. Vaporize the trash. And there's one more right here. See if you can see it. It's easy to miss that one. And if you miss that one and just keep walking along, it'll they'll get pissed. So we go up here, and what in the world is happening here? So at the time, video game software companies were cranking out these video games left and right, and I think this was the programmers kind of a jab at the way the companies were turning out these video games. So you see all these programmers working at their computers and they're being whipped by the program masters. And they're work, damn you, program, code. That's honestly, it doesn't seem like much has changed in the last 25 years. So let's look around and see. You are in the boss's cubicle area, and the boss is in. Be reverent. So yeah, we can actually see Elmo Pug sitting over there in the corner. Can we look? Everyone looks related. Yeah, okay. I'm not sure what else. Not sure what else to try here. So let's just go in here and do this. So yeah, if we walk in here, vaporize the trash, and I don't think we can say anything to Elmo. Just do your job and scram, he bellows in response. Nope. Can we look? Just want to see if it gives us anything. You are in the cost-efficient corporate accounting department of Scumsoft Incorporated. These hard-working accountants are trying to figure out where the company spends its money. Okay, so we can't do much of anything else in here, but we vaporized the trash. And now if we just kind of walk along, and I never noticed this before, but it looks like he has an issue of National Geographic up on his wall for some reason. But anyway, if we walk out here, now here's an interesting tidbit. Pay close attention to Roger Wilco's outfit. Right now we're wearing the janitor's overalls. But if we walk out here on this ledge and we look real closely, Roger Wilco's back to wearing his flight jumpsuit that he had earlier in the game. This was just a goof on the programmer's part. It's kind of an Easter egg. They basically screwed up when they put this scene in. So if we look, and you stand on a platform overlooking the Scumsoft vehicle bay. In the center of the hangar sits your ship. So yeah, that's our ship down there in the corner, surrounded by rows of short-range skull fighters. Now how will you ever get out of here? So yeah, we're kind of stranded here now, so that's kind of a bummer. So not only do we got to figure out how to rescue the two guys, but we've got to figure out how to get our ship back. So this is kind of going to be a pain in the ass, but that's okay. I think we can do it. We're in this together, right? So if we come back and we look, now Elmo's gone. He's not at his desk anymore, and those guys can't really see us because of the cubicle walls that are on the side there. So if we walk in here and look, if we examine the desk, all of the desk drawers are locked. However, someone has carelessly left a key card on the desk. So let's take the card. You take the key card. Let's. I always like looking to see what the items look like, and it would help if I could actually spell key card. Elmo Pug's personal key card for opening locked doors, and a fine likeness of a likeness of Elmo Pug's mug. And I think he was meant to be kind of a cheeky rib, maybe at Bill Gates. So if we come back through, and now we've got to make our way through without arousing suspicion. We just kind of nonchalantly, la la la, I'm just a janitor, don't mind me. Which begs the question, where is the actual janitor in all this? What happened to him? Nobody knows. I'd be curious to know where the janitorial staff is at Scumsoft right now, because I don't see any. So we just kind of make our way back. Now, you can go through and vaporize the rest of the trash in this area, but you don't have to. I think it's just kind of put in there as a red herring until you find your way around. So we're going to go back through here and go back out the door. Just moseying along. Nothing to see here. Okay. I always liked how these big kind of chunky pixelated graphics looked. You get a chance to see Roger kind of up close a little bit on this screen. It's just kind of cool looking. All those pixelated 80s graphics. I love it. So we're gonna make our way over here. Oh. Ah. There we go. Okay. So first, we're gonna use the card. You hear several clicks, and you think, I'm in. Then you hear a synthesized voice say, keycard verified, stand by for composite facial scan. I remember the first time we played this, we were like, oh shit, because we didn't have the picture yet. So you had to, which nothing really happens. If you do the facial scan, I used to think that if you just put the card in and you didn't have the picture, you know, you'd think, oh crap, something would happen when it goes to do the scan, but actually nothing happens. It just, the door stays locked and you just have to go back and get the picture. So it would have been funner if a bunch of guards came running down the hallway, but they didn't have the budget for that. So now we go into the next room and, hey, it's those two guys. There they are. That's the guys we're trying to save. So, save the game again. Seems to be a pattern. So if we look, you cautiously enter a darkened chamber and a seemingly bottomless shaft drops off into a black abyss. On a platform in the center of the chamber, the two guys from Andromeda wiggle helplessly in lime jello. The platform can only be reached by the 4 retractable bridges at each entrance. Except I never could figure out, every time you get shot with jello, you die. Apparently these guys don't have to breathe oxygen. I don't know. But if we push the button... And yeah, this is kind of reminds me of Star Wars. You've just got random bottomless pits and those retractable bridges with no rails that go across. Who the hell's the security people around here? Who is the safety team at Scumsoft? These people are idiots. So, can we, nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Good idea, but how? So, we have to use, the trash vaporizer to vaporize the jello. You successfully free the two guys from their slimy confines, and they begin to speak. Thanks, dude. It's great to be out of that green stuff. Hey, what's your name? Roger Wilco, you admit. They discovered our distress message we coded into the Astro Chicken game and sent us here as punishment. Let's get out of here before we're discovered. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think we got a problem. I think we got a problem. Something is happening. So, what's your plan for getting us out of here, Wilco? Aw, shit. It's a trap. It's a trap. And there he is. So, nobody's going anywhere. You must have thought you were pretty clever, Mr. Wilco, disguising yourself as a janitor. Unfortunately for you, my boys found your sorry excuse for a ship in the woods. Escort this gentleman to the arena, all caps. You boys haven't seen a good fight in quite a while. And do away with these two Andromedans. They have been more trouble than they're worth. Take them away. Like, you could just kill us now. Why do you have to set up a big convoluted trap? What is this, a James Bond movie? Alright, we're doing this? Okay. So, you and the two guys are separated and escorted away. A door opens and you are led into the dark unknown. What could it be? What could it be? Whoa! So yeah, this totally, if you remember Rock'em Sock'em Robots or whatever, Nukem, was it Nukem Dukem Robots or Rock'em Sock'em Robots? I can't remember which was what it was actually called and what they call it in the game. But yeah, basically we've got to do this, okay, Wilco, the name of the game is Nukem Dukem, okay, so yeah, it's Nukem Dukem Robots in the game, and it was actually called, Rock'em Sock'em robots. So let's see. J to punch, M to block. Okay. You have limited power supply. A successful blow will absorb my robot's energy and vice versa. On the other hand, a wasted movement of any kind will rapidly deplete your robot's power. It was nice of him to give us a hint. To put the tutorial in there. Kind of like, he doesn't seem like the type of guy that would. Anyway, here's the deal. If you win, Snicker, you have the honor of becoming Scumsoft's new full-time janitor. Haha, but if I win, you'll be dead. Wow. Oh, by the way, your friends, the two guys from Andromeda, have joined us, as you can see below. Be careful not to step on them. Can you do that? Like, I've never actually tried to do that. I wanna try to step on them. No. I've never tried. Oh, did they just keep moving? Oh, they just keep moving. Okay. Well. Okay, so yeah, the best way to do this is, the best way to actually, to win that fight fairly easily is to just not move. So, having gone through that and, whoa, your score automatically jumps to 737? Oh, it goes back down since you... Okay. Yeah, so the best way to actually go through that is to actually not move and just stand in place and punch. It's kind of lame, but that's the best way to do it without... So yeah. So we do the thing again. Okay. Sit through all this again. Okay. So let's change this to 5. If we just stand here... Yeah, it's kind of it's kind of boring. It's the best they could do. It was 1989, folks. You just kind of gradually wear them down. Oh, it's flashing. Getting close. It's getting close. It's a little bit. Oh! Come on, let's get out of here. Run! Get them, you fools! Deuces, everybody, bye! Loading. Reloading. Whee! That's cool looking. That sound effect was, yeah, see, I've never gotten this far with the Roland turned on. That sounds really cool. Well, Roger, you done good. You managed to escape you managed to rescue the two guys and escape from Pestilon alive. Looks like this will be a milk run from here on out. Gosh, Raj, we really appreciate you saving us and all. So yeah, we can't really do much of anything here. Well, first, you know the drill. Save the game, and we try to use the computer. Yeah, light speed non-functional, because that's just what they do. So we can, those jokers back on Pestilon must have tampered with the light speed thingamajig. So we've got attack speed, and we've got to turn the radars on, and we'll put the shield. I think we got to have the shields go into the back to start. And then, okay, so we go back to cockpit view. Sorry, not now. Okay, so I think we just gotta wait. Yeah, short range fighters detected. So yeah, this is the epic battle sequence to close out Space Quest 3. It's a little cheeky. It's not too bad. So okay, the target's in the rear. Now we gotta switch the target back to the front. And this takes a little... Okay, so now the target's in the front. Okay. Target negative. So basically, you're kind of... The whole thing here is you're kind of just flipping the shields back and forth. And then trying to take out these fighters. It's not too hard, but if you're not paying attention, it can get a little tricky. And it's if it takes you too long to shoot them when you're on your screen, like in this part here, if it takes you too long, usually you get lucky and they kind of just go right into your view. But it is possible to fuck this up. So if it seems like I'm concentrating a little too hard here, 99 times out of 100, it's pretty straightforward. But yeah, see, sometimes they can be a little... If you get it close, it should lock on. This was the best that they could do in 1989. This was a big deal. All you cheeseheads out there playing Star Wars Battlefront right now, this is how we did it in the 80s. The remaining enemy ships have given up and are heading back to the planet. It looks like you were just too much for them. Cool. Okay. But our light speed still doesn't work. So, if we go back to the Oh, no. What do we... Navigation system's non-functional. Sorry, not now. I'll admit, I'm not 100% sure what we're supposed to do just yet. Usually you just go back to the cockpit view. Let's see. I need to put the shields back on the back. Well, take it out of no. What did I do? Turn the engines off. Well, I don't think there's anything else we really have to do. Let's see. Well, that's embarrassing. Do we just wait? No landing surface available. Course must be selected. Light speed non-functional. Course must be selected before... How do we get back? I actually genuinely don't remember what I'm supposed to do here. Usually, because what's going to happen is the two guys are going to try to fix the light speed. Maybe we have to power the engine back down? I'm going to wait for him to get all the way powered down. Maybe we have to do that. I'm at a loss. Any ideas? To the internet. Let's see. There. Swear to God, I've actually played this game before. Let's see here. And if anybody has any bright ideas, feel free to chime in. Let's see. I think this might actually be a glitch. That's unfortunate. Cause yeah, we've done everything right. That is unfortunate. Cause yeah, you're supposed to be able to just hit F6 and it goes back to the cockpit. Ah, there we go. Man, oh man, you really showed those bozos a thing or two. Now, can we get something to eat? So yeah, at this point, now I don't have any control over it. I'm not sure what happened there. I've never seen that happen before. Maybe your shields have to be to the front in order to be able to get back to the cockpit. I'm not sure. So this is basically the end of the game. You inform the two guys that Lightspeed is no longer functional. They're not overly pleased by this piece of news. And so now we just kind of have to wait. There's not a whole lot. What? No, I'll never get any food. Some rescuer you are. So, we kind of sit through this little cutscene here. And, hey, what's this thing on the wall? It says Lightspeed Maintenance Access Panel. Gee, maybe I can fix this bucket of plasto bolts. What the hell's a plasto bolt? Yeah, this is it. This fan belt thing came off the round thing. It was on, just a second. Just working on it here. Okay, she's all fixed. Let's go grab a burger. Aw, hell. Something bad's about to happen. Too late you realize that you have no course laid in. The light engines kick in before you can override. You inform the two guys that Lightspeed is now functional, but it's out of control. They're not overly pleased with this bit of news either. Ah! Oh no, why did I wake up this morning? Mommy! So if you remember, there was a giant black hole, kind of on the corner of the navigation screen. Careening blindly through space, your ship speeds towards a sizable black hole. Once within the gravitation of the black hole, there's no escape. You plunge into destiny. At least they got some cool music. The overwhelming force of the black hole draws your ship in. Helpless to do anything, you and your passengers strap in and hope for the best. You enter a blackness like no other you have ever experienced. All sense of time and speed are lost. And suddenly, a bright light becomes visible in the distance. It grows larger as your ship races toward it. Finally, you are hurled out of the blackness into a parallel universe. This is kind of cool. 1989. You cut the engines to sublight speed as you near a seemingly habitable planet. Looks pretty familiar, doesn't it? So yeah, the whole game takes place in Andromeda, but now we've actually ended up on planet Earth, and the ending here is very meta. We're actually outside the real Sierra video game studios, so we're actually landing outside of Sierra Online right now. And the two guys walk out who in real life work for Sierra, Scott Murphy and Mark Crow. So we can walk out and talk to these guys. And I always thought this was cool looking, the way they do these faces. Greetings, Earthling! We are the two guys from Andromeda, universally famous software makers. And I'm Roger Wilco, space-age swashbuckler and all-around nice guy. Hello, I'm Ken Williams, president and founder of Sierra Online. So, you two guys are software authors, huh? What are your credits? Ever heard of Astro Chicken? Oh, that game fucking sucked. How about you two guys work for me? Sounds great. How many buckazoids does it pay? Because apparently that's a thing. Say, Mr. Williams, do you need a janitor? No. As our space saga comes to a close, Roger, feeling a little left out, struts off to his ship with the satisfaction of knowing his mission has been accomplished. So yeah, poor Roger Wilco, he saves the day and he's still just kind of left out in the cold. Can't even get a job as a janitor. What a shit biscuit. The two guys from Andromeda go to create the Space Quest series. I missed it. And that's the end of the game. That's Space Quest 3. And so we bid our hero a fond farewell as his ship once again bursts into light speed. Course unknown. Love this game. Well, that's Space Quest 3 for you. I'd love to know if you play this as a kid growing up, or maybe you're discovering this just now for the first time. It's a lot of fun to play through these old Sierra adventure games, and I highly recommend it. That concludes the stream for now. I may jump back on a little bit and play something else. We'll see how the morning goes. But thanks for watching, and thanks for coming and hanging out with me this morning. If you enjoyed this, definitely subscribe for more. I may try to do more of these live streams in the future. And like I said, I might jump back on here a little bit later this morning. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and have a great afternoon. We'll see you later. I love this music. Friends of the Talking Bears Society. I've never actually read these credits. I don't know if these are spoof credits or real credits. I don't know. The little people, nobodies, scum, we'd also like to thank. That's funny. The two babes from Andromeda are wives for putting up with us these last 12 months. That's good. Very special thanks to you for shelling out your hard-earned bucks to buy this game. Thanks for following for Estalon Department of Forestry. Monolith Synthetic Industries. Fester's World of Wonders. Gypazoid Novelties. The Fleabutt Sand Advisory Council. Arnoid. Yeah, so I think we've gone full circle now, so that really does conclude our stream for now. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Friday Night Arcade.